So if we can shift gears for a moment, you've had interaction with many different businesses.
Yeah.
So you paint shoes and you had a contract with Nike to do some incredible work that you can talk about. You also did some work for a Beyonce video that became quite famous. And if you could tell me a little bit about those, but also what are the biggest ethical challenges of the business side of your career as an artist?
A lot of times it's the like businesses or people who want to jump into like a trend or like a bandwagon kind of movement. Like, you know, I see a lot of people who are right now trying to jump into Africa, like they think it's hip and all it's cool and everything. I always try to tell them that there's more to Africa than just what I think it is now. Like, I wouldn't be sitting right in front of you right now for this interview if some other people did not like persevere or suffer for it, you know, because 10 years ago, 15 years down the line, Africa wasn't this hip. People made fun of people who moved here, made fun of their names. Now it's even cool to have an African accent and everyone's, oh, I like that, it's cool, you know? And the thing is, I always try to tell people that embrace the whole of Africa. Like, don't just think about the clothing or think about, you know, the music alone. You can actually learn a language or travel to some part of Africa. Maybe.
And you can embrace the challenges, right? The development challenges, the health challenges.
Health challenges, a lot to be done in Africa. Don't just take cherry pick, you know. There's a lot. We need help. You know, and at the same time, we also need people to identify the fact that we are also here and we live in America. A lot of Africans live in America as immigrants and we're here to stay. Even within the, you know, Black Lives Matter movement, we also want there to be like representation of African. When it comes to African issues, it stands for us, you know?
So if I can just sort of take apart, because you said so many interesting things, you really are sort of occupying your place in an ongoing conversation, one that started hundreds and hundreds of years ago, but in particular in the last decades, there's been a lot of evolution that got to the point that you are here in this business. And you also raise again the comment that you started with, which is black isn't the same for everybody. And this question of being black in America somehow has become kind of throw everybody into one category. But if we can come back again to the point you made on the business side, which is, oh, something's cool, it's a fashion, so this piece of Africa is in fashion today. What else about the business relationships that you have that worries you from an ethics standpoint?
Yeah, well, in terms of ethics, maybe one of the things that would bother me that I'll think about sometimes is if I design something for a company and I have creative control over what I design. Sometimes, a lot of times, I always own my creative design, the control of what I do. But then how they do it, for me, sometimes becomes a bit tricky because
Can you explain that a little further?
Yeah, I've read up with a lot of companies and how they do, like, I just want to know for best practices, you know, where the manufacturers is, who's the manufacturer.
So if you're designing clothing, which you've done this piece that you're wearing, which is leather, you want to make sure that if they're going to manufacture that for sale, it's done ethically.
It's done ethically. You're not using a child labor. You're not using a kid somewhere. Just making like, you know, making a lesson.
And do you integrate that into your contracts?
Yeah, I try as much as possible to integrate it, but a lot of times, you know, if it's a one-off thing, I just make the designs. I don't have control over how they go and do that, you know?
Right.
So sometimes it's a thing of worry for me, but at the same time I have to make a living, I have to make, you know, I have to pay bills and I have a lot of things to do, and as an artist I gotta survive, you know, because I mean I'm in business to make money at the end of the day. So, but I'm worried about that. I'm not saying all the people I work with do that, but there's something that I'm always very worried about, and I particularly take note of and I want to know.